So number 5 of our Rchrp 12 November 2023, 5A says, as a junior researcher, you have been invited by ABC Limited to make a presentation on the application of statistical mean. Appraise the application of the mean. So what is statistical mean? In simple words, we said mean is an average of values, the average of values, then divided by the number of variables of that values. That is how you arrive at getting your mean. So it is the arithmetic average of a set of numeric values, and it is normally calculated by summing the data points and dividing by the number of values. Like for example, if you're having number 1 up to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 10, and you want to get the mean of those numbers, you will add all of them and then divide by 10 because there are 10 values. You divide by 10 and then you get your mean. That is how you calculate mean. So we had an illustration in one of our lessons, so I believe that is not something that will you'll not understand. And to the question now, you want to appraise the application of mean. Here is an appraisal of its application. Where can mean be used in research? It can be used in summarizing data. How? It provides a single representative value for the data set. Like just what we've just done basically, adding the numbers and then dividing by their values and getting the mean. You'll be able to summarize the data. And then it helps the researcher understand the overall trends and even the central tendencies. And then also another application, it can be used in comparison of different groups. If you're dealing with different groups of the research, you can be able to calculate their means and make a comparison of what lies within each and every group. So it is used in comparative analysis to assess differences between groups, e.g. employee satisfaction or across departments based on whatever information you have collected from the different departments, that is. And then it can also be used for statistical analysis. Yes, it serves as a foundation for advanced techniques like regression, the standard deviation, and even hypothesis testing. Remember, there's a whole example that we did, which was including the measures of variability and measures of central tendency. And we calculated a whole lot of it from the mean, mode, median, up to standard deviation and even the variance. So you can be able to use it for statistical analysis so that you'll be able to determine the patterns or even the relationships that are there within that particular data. And then another application is it can be used in decision making and policy formulation, because it will help you to organize the set benchmarks based on the average outcomes, and that will help you to guide in terms of making decisions, because you'll be able to know which one can be ranked top, which one can be ranked bottom, which one can be ranked in the center, and so on and so forth. So you'll be able to decide based on the calculations and maybe the outcomes you get. And then also it can help you know the limitations and considerations of a certain data set. This can be affected by extreme values, outliers, making it less reliable in skewed data sets, and should be used alongside statistical measures like median and mode for more accurate analysis. So those are some of the areas where mean can be applied when it comes to research. So that is number 5. So we have also the strengths of mean and the limitations of mean. You can also go ahead and look at them. The strengths of mean, now that you've known how it's applied or how it's used in research, what are some of the strengths of mean? It's simple and easy to calculate, just like the example you've given when I was starting. Number 1 up to 10, you want to get the average, you want to get the mean, add all of them, divide by 10, you get the mean. So very simple and easy to calculate. And then also it takes all data into account. It does not leave even any data, like in mean and mode, like in medium and mode, where you just go and pick either the most appearing or maybe the middle one. Mean basically takes accounts of all the data, of which that is also an advantage, and it's also useful in normally distributed data. The limitations that mean has is, number 1, it can be affected by outliers. Outliers, one extreme value can distort the mean significantly. Yes, one extreme value which is very far from others, or which is which is giving a very big difference in terms of value with others, can basically affect the mean significantly. So that's why you say it's affected by outliers. And then it's also not suitable for skewed data. Not suitable for skewed data. Skewed data is the one that is not symmetrical, represented in that specifically data set. And then it's not ideal for categorical data. Categorical data is the one that gives categories or ratios. Like here they say the mean is not only applicable to interval or ratio, not normal or ordinal data. So that is it. And then to number 5B. Number 5B, what does it say? Assess the role of National Council for Science, Technology and Innovation in promoting research. We did this in some of our lessons. We talked about NACOST, and we looked at some of the roles that it has as far as research is concerned, of which is the same thing that we're going to do now. So what roles, what functions does NACOST play as far as research is concerned? Number one, policy development and coordination. They develop policies in terms of how research should be conducted to ensure that only legal things will be done as far as research is concerned, or to ensure only ethical things will be done as far as research is concerned. So they develop policy. As far as research is concerned, they also regulate and accredit it for those institutions that are basically meant to do research, either as a business or maybe as for professional purposes. They normally do the regulation to see whether they meet all the requirements, they have all the requirements that they need to have in order for them to offer such services to institutions, or basically not. So they offer regulations and accreditation, and that's why they're talking of licensing and accrediting, or even reviewing and approving, or even monitoring ongoing research. So this is part of the process. In order for you to be regulated and accredited, then they have to carry out such functions to ensure that they accredit the right institutions as far as research is concerned. And then also promoting of research and innovation, yes, to ensure that providing funding and maybe facilitating access of like research grants for those people who wish to do the research, to ensure that they have whatever it takes in order for the research processes, research activities to take place in the most appropriate way and effective way possible. So they ensure that even when it comes to do research, people have to like embrace innovation. On top of innovation, new ways of doing it. Like nowadays we have technology. When you want to do research, it's not a must for you to go to the field. You can do it at a distance, so long as you have the gadgets that you need, so long as you have the internet, you can be able to connect with people across the globe, and you'll be able to get this information that you are looking for to get. So that is when you talk of promotion of research and innovation, at least people to embrace the new ways of doing research, people to embrace the new methods of doing research, so that it can have improvements in terms of how research is basically done. And then also another function, another role they play is ethical oversight and quality assurance. They also play a role of ensuring that the research processes or research activities that are done across the country, maybe by different institutions, basically is ethical. And we talked of ethics in research to ensure that the activities that are done there do not violate the ethics of research. Issues to do with confidentiality, issues to do with privacy, issues to do with informed consent, and so on and so forth. So at least when you do the research, you do it in a very ethical way, in a way that it will not violate the principles that we covered as far as research is concerned. So when your research is ethical, that means all those principles that we discussed, you'll have adhered to them, you'll have considered them, and now your research becomes clean. So that is what also they do. So the moment the research is ethical, that means its quality also will be good enough for it to be not to be disqualified, or maybe to be charged with plagiarism issues or data falsification. Those are some of the things that we discussed in our lesson. So they also do that, ethical oversight and quality assurance, to ensure that research will remain in the right way, ethics will be adhered to, and also the quality of research is not compromised at any way or at any cost. So that is number 4. And then we have number 5, and which is our last role, is data management and even knowledge sharing. How is it a role? It contributes to national development through, number 1, maintaining databases of research outputs and institutions. So if people want to go there and try to get to get knowledge about specific topics or maybe specific scenarios about the research activities, they'll be able to access that particular information. So when you talk of data management and knowledge sharing, basically you can have access point of such data, you can have knowledge about such information because they give the access or they help in knowledge sharing. And then also publishing reports and policy briefs. Yes, they can publish reports, put them in websites or maybe in areas where people could be able to access, gain information, gain knowledge, and that will also be helpful as far as knowledge sharing is concerned. And also they can facilitate collaboration. When we talk of data management and knowledge sharing, they also facilitate collaboration, especially between local and international research institutions. So that is the role, or those are some of the roles that NACOST plays as far as research is concerned. And that is our number 5. Thank you. We meet in our last question, which will be number 6. So if you like this video, you can always enroll with us. You'll be able to access more of these revision sessions. And also you'll be able to find well done lectures or pre-recorded videos for all the KASNEB courses as well as Rchrp. And in case of anything, you can always reach us out. We have our contact details on the screen. Feel free to call, feel free to WhatsApp anytime. So thank you, and let's meet in our next session.